What's up, guys? All right, today we're gonna take a look at the Amazon Fire Stick, and we're gonna look at the initial setup, and then we're gonna look at all the or most of the workings of the Amazon part of it. I'm not going to get into any of the side-loaded apps at this point. This is just going to be controlling the Amazon Fire Stick for the most part. So this is going to be part one of God only knows how many parts. So after you get your Amazon Fire device, whether it's Fire TV or an Amazon Fire box, use everything that comes in it. Specifically with the Amazon Fire TV stick, make sure you use the little 3-inch HDMI connection. That will help pick up on the internet a little bit better. And it is the only thing that actually helps keep the Amazon Fire Stick cool. That air gap between the TV and the Fire Stick is honestly the only thing that really keeps it cool. So I highly recommend using the little 3-inch extension on the Amazon Fire Sticks. Okay, so after you plug it in, after about a minute or so, it's going to take you to this screen. And just so you guys know, I am working on an Amazon Fire TV box today. This screen, all you're going to do is click go to your network settings. You're going to find your Wi-Fi, and then you're going to input whatever your password is. So put your password in and then hit connect. So you see to the right, signal strength says very good. Signal strength only means the strength between your device and your internet network device, so your Wi-Fi device. It doesn't mean how fast your internet speed is or anything like that. So cool. So we did that. So now we're going to hit the home button on the remote, the middle button on the top row, and it's going to take us to the Amazon side. So from here, you'll have access to all your apps that are installed, whether I've installed them or whether you've installed them yourself. So in this app section, you can actually change what shows up first and what order they're in. So if you go into see all, if you want to move an app, you can just highlight over whatever that app is, hit the 3-line button on the remote, and you'll see it'll give you some options, whether to move it to the front, or uninstall it. Do not recommend uninstalling anything that I personally have added to your device. To move it, just hit move, and then it'll allow you to move the icon wherever you like. Cool. So we're going to hit the home button again, and it's going to recenter us. First thing I think I'm going to talk about today is Amazon accounts. If you've gotten this device from me, you are logged into a temporary Amazon account. So I'll take you through step by step. And I apologize, I may move pretty fast in this video. I'm trying to get a lot of content in a short amount of time. So we're going to go all the way over to settings. And then we're going to drop down, and we're going to go all the way to the right to my account. This is where your Amazon account is. So the temporary account that I logged them into will be shown here. I highly recommend that you create your own Amazon account or log in with your own Amazon account. With my Amazon account, you have very minimal control over your device, and you have a number of other people on the same account. So keep that in mind. I do strongly recommend that you create your own Amazon account or log in with your own Amazon account if you have one. I do have a video that'll show you how to create your own account. Just look through my YouTube videos and you'll find it. So at this point, I'm going to deregister this device out of the account that it's in right now. So we click into the account, we click deregister. It's going to give you a scary message saying some of your apps may not work. All the work that I've done should stay in place. So we're going to deregister it. And I'm actually going to log this into my own personal Amazon account. I've changed the password for this video, so you won't be able to access mine. But here we go. All right, so you're going to put your email or phone number in, whatever you use. And then you're going to put your password in. So now it's registering your device with Amazon. That's me. If you want to say the Wi-Fi, I already said yes before. So, all right, again, we're going to hit the home button. And it's going to take us back to the main page of Amazon. There we go. Took just a second. Okay, so you'll notice the icons have actually changed the way they were set up initially. Reason for that is it does create the shortcuts based on your Amazon account. So the first time you log into your own Amazon account, to find any apps that I may have installed, you may have to go to the settings menu the first time. So we're going to go to settings. We're going to go to applications. And then we're going to go to manage installed applications. You'll see the apps that I've installed are still there. So I'm going to get into this section a little bit later, but just so you know, the first time that you log in with your own Amazon account, you may have to go in this way to find the apps the first time. All right, cool. So I'm going to hit the home button again, and should take us back to the Amazon side, or we're going to hit the backup button a few times. Home button doesn't seem to be working as well as I'd like it to. Okay, so in here, working through the Amazon part of it, all your apps should be in this section. The ones with the little cloud on it are ones that I have previously downloaded or previously purchased that are not installed on this device. So for me, it's very easy to install it because I've already purchased it. Just click it, and then you can just install it. So we're going to do it just to show you. Oh, I got a new app. Sweet. All right. So Amazon has a bunch of free apps that are awesome. So I do highly recommend, again, that you create your own Amazon account and attach a credit card to it. That way you can download the free apps. Netflix and Pandora, obviously. Well, Netflix, you'll obviously have to have a subscription to use. Pandora you can use for free, or if you have a subscription, you can use it. There are tons of apps in here. All right, so let's go back. Again, we're down to... All right, we're going to go down to My Apps again. And then again, you go to See All. These are going to be all the apps that are on your device or that you have previously downloaded or purchased. So for me, there's a ton of them because I play around with stuff all the time. So, and again, you can create shortcuts just by hitting the 3-line button on the remote and move them around. All right, so let's talk about Alexa. All the second generation Fire Sticks have the Alexa on them, and she's very helpful to control your Amazon Fire Stick. At this point, it does not work inside of Kodi or pretty much any of the side-loaded apps, but they will work in Amazon Music, they'll work in Netflix, they work in Hulu. obviously they work for all the Amazon content. So I love Alexa. I use it all the time. Let me just show you real quick. So push and hold the Alexa, the microphone button on the remote, and you can tell it a number of commands. And I'll show you some different things you can play with a little later in the video too. Play Pepper.
Shuffling songs by Pepper.
So Pepper's one of my favorite bands, so it's already set up in my Amazon Music, and it's going to go ahead and play that for me. So very cool. Play around with Alexa. She's pretty cool. For the most part, you do need to be logged into your own Amazon account to use her correctly. So other than that, your videos, any videos you may have purchased, will be in here. Through the years, I've purchased a bunch of stuff through Amazon. I like Amazon. Movies, TV shows, apps. They're always adding new apps. So check back here. There's some cool stuff in here. I haven't played with most of it, but I've played with a lot of it. All right, so now we're going to get into the settings menu a little bit. So on the home screen, we're just going to go to your settings menu, and I'm going to take you through step by step what each of these are the best I can. Notifications, these are, notifications that Amazon sends you, recommended things from Amazon. And you can hit the 3-line button on the remote, and you can kind of play with these, dismiss all. Network. This is where you have control over your wireless network. If you're plugged in to an Amazon Fire TV box, you will not see these options because you're plugged in direct. Only when you're on Wi-Fi will you see all the options. Let's talk about this real quick. WPS button or WPS pin on your wireless router. If your router is newer than a couple years old, you should have a WPS button. WPS button allows you to connect directly without putting in your wireless password. So if you, and it depends on your router, but if you push and hold the WPS button for about 3 seconds, 5 seconds, that'll activate that. And then once that's activated, you can actually just hit WPS button right here, and it'll join without you having, it'll join your wireless network without you having to actually put in your wireless password. Sometimes if you have a real convoluted password, it can be a real pain to get it to hook up. So that's that. Lost my internet for a second. All right, we're going to go back to the settings menu, notifications, network we did, display and sounds. If you find that the Amazon does not fit your television correctly, you can go to display, calibrate display, and it'll give you those arrows there so that you can, and you just use the remote and you can change the size of your screen. Amazon took this function away in some of the updates, but the newest updates, they did bring it back, which I am extremely glad for. Your TV also should have a button aspect. My Vizio says wide on it, where you can actually change the aspect ratio as well. So once you fit it to the size of your TV, so just the tips of the arrows touch the edge of your TV, just hit accept, and you should be all good. All right. Also, it does have an enabling display mirroring, kind of like the Chromecast. If you want to cast something from your phone to the TV, you would use this. So you just hit that, and then whatever device you're working on, you're mirroring, you should see that device active. I played with a little bit. Pretty cool. But honestly, the Amazon Fire TV does a great job. You really don't need to do that too much. All right, that's about all we probably need to know in there. Applications. This is a very powerful menu. So we're going to go into applications. And we're going to go into manage installed applications. This is kind of the back way in. Even if you're not connected to the internet, you can always access your apps this way. So any apps that are installed, whether side-loaded or loaded directly from Amazon, for the most part should be in here. There are a few exceptions to it. Let's go into this guy. All right, so we go into Kodi here, and here we can actually launch Kodi directly from here. Sometimes the shortcuts on the front page for some Amazon accounts don't show up. You can always go the back way to find everything. This is the back way. So you can launch it from here. Force stop, if you have an app that is locked up and you can't do anything with, which occasionally happens, you can actually force stop it from here, and that'll close the that'll close the app out. Uninstall, common sense. Don't do that with Kodi. So that's one of the big no-nos. Clear data. Clear data will clear the build off of Kodi. Clear data in Netflix will clear your password. Clear data in like HQ streams, again, will clear the password. It'll clear any data that you've input on that app. It'll basically take that app back to vanilla. What I mean by that is just when you first load it. So clear cache. Cache is a file kind of like just quick memory for it to look at. Small files that have been stored on it. You are more than welcome to clear cache at any point in time. Sometimes clearing cache if you get a black screen inside of Kodi per se. Clearing cache and force stop and then relaunch can easily correct that. So there's that. So again, you have access to all your apps in here. And you can launch them from here. You can force stop them, like I said, if they're messing up on you. All right, enough said about that. Controllers and Bluetooth devices. All right, let's talk about the different controllers and the different Bluetooth devices. So obviously, your Amazon Fire TV remote is your main one. If you want to add a second remote, you can easily do that by hitting Add Remote, and then you'll hold the home button down or the little house button down on the remote for 10 seconds. If you want to add an additional device, or if you've lost your remote and you need to resync one. So that's where you do that at. Pretty easy to do. Game controllers. There are two game controllers that I would recommend on an Amazon device, and only two. One of them, obviously, is the Amazon gaming controller. Great device. The keys on it are mapped very well. You don't have to mess around with key mapping for some of the emulators, game emulators, and such. Also, $50, so it's a little high price. The second one that I like is the Matricom controller. You can buy it for about $27 on Amazon. The only one I would recommend is the X5BA, I think is what it is, Bluetooth. To pair the Matricom controller, you do not go in gaming controllers, you go into other Bluetooth devices. To game the Amazon controller, to pair the Amazon controller, you do it in gaming controllers or game controllers. So like I said, Matricom, you are going to have to do it in other Bluetooth devices. You can also add, a mouse and a keyboard if it's Bluetooth. One negative thing about the Amazon Fire Stick is it does not give you a USB port. So anything you connect to it does need to be done via Bluetooth. So that's where you're going to pair all your devices. Easy. Alexa. Okay, this is when you're going to mess with the Alexa app. So Yeah. Things to try. This is kind of cool. So if you want to know the full power of your Alexa device, come in here, check it out, play around with it. Traffic, weather, news, all kinds of cool stuff. Audiobooks. I pretty much just use Alexa for music and, if I want to watch something on the Amazon side or whatnot. So anyway, you can play around there, check it out. All right, next section, preferences. Parental controls. This only works on the Amazon side, but you can actually create a PIN for, if you've got kids in front of it or whatever, and you don't want them getting into specific content, you can put parental controls on there. I do not put any parental controls on any device that I send out. If parental controls were activated, it wasn't by me. And once parental controls are activated, they're very difficult to get off if you do not know the PIN number. So please be aware of that. Data monitoring. This is actually kind of a cool section. If you are hotspotting on your phone, and let's say you only have 8 gigs a month on hotspot, you can actually set a data alert. So if you want to say 8 gigs is your max on the Fire Stick, you can do that. And then it will also let you set a date. Oops. After that, it'll let you set a date on when your cell phone bill is due or when they restart it. So kind of cool if you're hotspotting. Realistically, for most of us, we don't deal with data caps. Hopefully you're not one of those internet services that they limit you to data. That's ridiculous in my opinion. You can also set your quality. That way, if you're specifically on the Amazon Fire TV box, if you don't want 4K, if you're on your hotspot, you don't want an immense amount of data for one movie, you can actually change. Best would be 4K, I would guess. Better would be 1080. Good would be 720 or standard definition, I'm assuming. So cool. Notifications. That's the pop-ups, Amazon ads, that kind of deal. Feature content, whatever. Location. You can set your zip code in there. This is going to be important for, weather, traffic that we talked about with Alexa. Time zone. If your time is incorrect inside of Kodi or on the Amazon aspect of it, you can actually set your time zone here. Central. Mine is already set. Languages. Obvious. Metric is off. Advertising ID, not really needed for us. Device. Okay, about Amazon Fire TV. This is my 8th Fire TV on my account. Storage capacity, out of basically 5.6 gigs, I have used almost 2 gigs. So I have a little over 3 left. Storage. On an Amazon Fire TV box, you can actually put an SD card in there, and in the applications and then manage installed applications, you can move certain data or certain apps to the SD card so that it doesn't take up room on your memory inside the Amazon device. Network, this will tell your IP address, that kind of deal. Check for system updates. This will also tell you what the current version of Amazon's program you're running. And you are safe to do any updates through Amazon. It will not affect any work that I've done, or it should not. Things happen. Very, very rare. All right, sleep. Restart. This will restart your device. Amazon devices do not have a power button. You cannot turn them off easily. This will only restart it. If it's acting up and you feel like you need to restart it, you can do it here. You can also just unplug it, plug it back in. Reset to factory default. This will put it back to the way that Amazon configures it. This will wipe all of the work that I've done. out. You will be stuck with a device the same way as you got it from Amazon. Do not ever recommend doing this. This is one of those things you do not want to do. You will kill everything that I've done. So, cool. That's that. Accessibility, closed caption. If on the Amazon part of it, if you want the closed caption to come on in your movies or whatnot, you can turn on and off here. Voice view. I guess if you want the buttons to talk to you when you press them, you can do it here. It's kind of irritating in my opinion. High contrast. You can actually change the way that the text looks. It looks weird to me when you do this, but you can do it. Help. These are videos and tips and tricks from Amazon. Just using your device, navigating your device. It does have some troubleshooting tips in it, such like that. But kind of cool. The welcome one, most of you don't see this one because I've already watched it or skipped it. But if you want some basics on the Amazon, how it works and stuff, you can go in here and you can check these out. Parental controls, movies, apps, photos, music, setup. Cool. So if you need some tips, you can look in there. All right, my account. We already did this one. All right, so I guess for the most part, that's it. Hopefully you learn a little bit, know how to control your Amazon device. In later videos that I'm going to do here, we'll get into using some of the programs that I've loaded for you. So thanks for taking some time.